So, quite a long time ago, when my channel was pretty new, I made a video called 8-Bit Sonic 1 is Terrible, and the title is very self-explanatory. It was a review of Sonic 1 for the Game Gear / Master System / whatever else it was ported to. Now, obviously, it wasn't as good as the Mega Drive version, but, you know, now I think I was maybe wrong about Sonic 1 for the Game Gear back then. I mean, I've been replaying it with Sonic Origins, along with all the other Sonic Game Gear games, and they're actually pretty enjoyable. I think the only real reason I hated Sonic 1 for the Game Gear back then was because Sonic looked like this. Yeah, I guess you could say Game Gear Sonic was the original ugly Sonic. But I mean, they improved this design on the Master System version, and then went on to use it in Sonic 2 for the Game Gear. And also, obviously, the Master System version. So if you've never played, or at least heard of Game Gear Sonic 1, you might just think it's the exact same as the Mega Drive version. But oh no, these are completely different games. Yeah, they're not just like the same game with a couple changes. No, they're totally different. For example, there are exclusive levels which you can't find in the Mega Drive version, like Bridge Zone, Jungle Zone, and Sky Base Zone. The special stages are also different, which is cool, I guess. There are also some zones in the Mega Drive version which aren't in the Game Gear version, like Marble Zone. I'm really glad they removed Marble Zone because Marble Zone sucks, and they also removed Spring Yard Zone. And I guess they technically removed the final zone, but not sure about that one. Now time to talk about Game Gear Sonic 2, and yeah, this is a million times better than the first 100%. And like I said earlier, Sonic 2 for the Game Gear has lots of differences to its Mega Drive counterpart. Like, look at how many new zones there are that aren't in Sonic 2 for the Mega Drive. There's Underground Zone, there's Aqua Lake Zone, there's Gimmick Mountain Zone, Gimmick Mount Zone, I don't know how you say it, Scrambled Egg Zone, Crystal Egg Zone, and yeah, that's it. The only ones that are actually in Sonic 2 are Sky High Zone, which is basically just Hilltop Zone with a different name, and oh wait, that's it! Now I guess Underground Zone could be interpreted as Mystic Cave Zone, and Aqua Lake could obviously be Aquatic Ruin, but they're pretty different from their Mega Drive counterparts, as you can see here, so yeah. And there's also Green Hill Zone, which isn't in Sonic 2 at all, so it doesn't count. And here's a fun fact, Game Gear Sonic 2 actually came before Mega Drive Sonic 2, so yeah, just a totally random fact for you. But a really random and kind of unnecessary change in this Game Gear version is that the ending is sad, in a way? Because if you get the bad ending, it looks like Tails gets game overed. But if you get the good ending, it looks like the same thing happens to Sonic 2. Yeah, it's a very unusual way of portraying a good ending. Like, maybe it's a light show of some sort, which I really hope it is, because, like, why would the bad guy winning be the good ending? Like, what? So what I'm seeing here is the good ending appears to be worse than the bad ending. That makes zero sense! Now, they never made Sonic 3 for the Game Gear, but I guess the closest thing you'll get to that is Sonic Triple Trouble. I mean, it has Knuckles on the title screen, so yeah. And, yeah, it's a pretty good game. There's not really much I can say about it. I mean, there's this one really cool level where you're running around on top of a train, and it introduces this character called Fang, which surprisingly returned in Sonic Superstars, which is cool, I guess. There's also this level where you're in like a submarine thing, which kind of reminds me of that one level from Super Mario Land.